NewsNation's Joe Khalil starts us off this hour with the latest on what I just mentioned, this House Speaker's race and the no vote for Jim Jordan. What's the latest from where you are in Capitol Hill, Joe?
Yeah, so we're currently in a recess. As you mentioned, Jim Jordan coming up 17 votes short among Republicans himself. He needs to convert 17 of them in this time. We are told those efforts are happening as we speak. People are trying, his allies, trying to convince some of those holdouts. Whether he's going to get there, remains to be seen. We've talked to Republicans who are of different thoughts right now about whether that is something that is doable. People who I've just spoken with who are very close to Jim Jordan say this is a margin they can work with. It's maybe a combination of, pitching unity, that this is time for the Republican Party to come together now. You've had weeks without a speaker. You've got the war in Israel. Certainly that's adding pressure. The potential government shutdown. All of those things, they tell me, are certainly going to add to the pitch for moderates who are now voting against Jordan to come back and vote for him. You've also got this very overt pressure campaign from not just members of Congress, but people outside, like former President Trump, for example, like some more hardline right-wing media figures even, who are putting some more added weight on these moderates to change their vote to Jim Jordan. Now, just moments ago, we spoke with Congressman Carlos Jimenez. This is somebody who is a never Jordan person, and he and many others are still really upset about the way Kevin McCarthy was ousted. And right now, they're telling me, some of them, they're going to stick to that. They are opposing Jim Jordan because they don't want the Matt Gaetz and crew of the world to win, in essence, their gambit to work. So you got a lot of competing interests right now. I can tell you behind the scenes, a lot of discussion. The Jordan camp, again, feels like this is a workable margin, but we're going to see here whenever they come back, which, by the way, we know they're going to have a vote later on today. Jim Jordan's people confirmed that. We don't know when they're going to come back, but we are going to learn a lot between now and then. And the margin, whether it goes down, whether it goes up, whether it stays the same, Connell, that is certainly going to be the biggest indication of Jordan's momentum as he tries to get the gavel.
Well, let's talk about that for a moment, Joe, if we can. So, 20 votes is a lot. As we said, it's more than McCarthy had the first time, and it took him 15. So you can only afford to lose 4, right? So if you're Jordan, and you might assume that some of these folks, after they know he didn't have the votes, just said, you know what, I'm not really thrilled with the process. I'm going to pile on here, and they'll be easy votes. They'll come back. But I've heard some rumblings from looking around what people are saying on Capitol Hill that maybe the opposite is also possibly true. Do you have any sense of whether Jordan is more likely to gain votes or lose votes? Is it clear right now?
Yeah, so it's a really good point that you bring up. And frankly, when you ask 10 Republicans, you get 10 different answers as to what is going to happen. But I can tell you this, the group of people who voted against him, you look at someone like Kay Granger, right, who is a very powerful committee chairwoman. You look at someone like Tony Gonzalez, congressman from Texas. These are not people who you would call the, quote unquote, burn it all down caucus. The people who voted against Kevin McCarthy a number of times over and over and over again, those are the kinds of Republicans who, frankly, would not mind having a government shutdown if it means they would get what they wanted politically. Now, the people who are voting against Jordan today, they are the ones who are all about good governance. They are people who have an interest in keeping the government open. So you can see that maybe they would put their dislike for Jim Jordan aside and say, you know what, after multiple rounds, it is time to get back to the business and support him. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that, I think, is in the mind of Jordan and his allies as they try to make their pitches.
All right, so we'll watch those pitches, and then, as you say, we think we'll have another vote. We don't know when, but at some point later on today, so before midnight, I guess. All right, Joe, thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.